Some time ago, we talked about a painting. I believe it was oh goodness, what was it? Number 94, horror number 94. And it's a Vajrayogini painting, and it's placed in a mandala configuration on top of two dharmakaras, two intersecting dharmakaras. Now, what was really interesting about this painting at the time, aside from its 16th century date, aside from the overall style, what we also talked about were how there were actually 5 mandalas depicted in the composition. The large central mandala was that of a 5-deity Vajrayogini, but there were also 4 other smaller mandalas of 5 deities in the 4 corners. So that's really the subject today, as we're looking at 2 paintings, because we've recently identified a second painting that has 5 mandalas of 5 deities. And we talked before about how these 5 mandalas were actually a specialty of the first Karmapa. For some reason, he particularly liked these 5 practices. What they are meditational deities within a mandala, with 5 deities in total in each mandala. Now, these mandalas don't actually go together. They come out of 5 different sources. They come out of different texts and different collections of texts. So the first for painting number 94, Vajrayogini, Vajravarahi, with 4 retinue figures surrounding, is the main practice. But then in the upper left corner we have Chakrasamvara in a 5-deity mandala. In the upper right corner we have Hevajra. In the lower right corner we have green Tara. And this green Tara is actually coming out of the Druptab Gyatso. It's green Tara at the center, along with Marichi, Mahamayuri, Janguli, and Ekajati. It's an early Indian practice. Then we have the 5-deity Hayagriva, and this is the Shvana Hayagriva, and we know this mostly from the tradition of Atisha. Atisha made this popular. So we have these 5 mandalas presented in this one composition with the Vajravarahi at the center. Now, what's really quite interesting is the next painting is not in exactly the same configuration. What we have is we have a very large Hevajra mandala at the center, surrounded by the 8 goddesses. Then in the upper right corner, we have a very small Hayagriva, the Shvana Hayagriva, with 4 goddesses around. In the upper left corner, we actually have a second Hevajra mandala with 1 face, 2 arms as the central figure and consort, and 4 goddesses surrounding. Then at the lower left side we have the Vajravarahi with 4 goddesses, 4 actual dakinis in this case. And on the lower right side we have green Tara, again with the Marichi, Mahamayuri, Janguli. And then at the bottom center, we have the Chakrasamvara with the 4 dakinis surrounding. Now, what's interesting about these is the first painting, with the Vajravarahi at the center, the mandala, that's actually a little bit earlier. The second painting, which is horror number 69106, it's just a little bit later, but still within the 16th century. So both paintings are 16th century. And so far that's it. We've not been able to identify these 5 mandalas of 5 deities popular to the first Karmapa Dusam Kempa. We've not found them yet in earlier Kagyu mandalas configurations. And we've not recognized or identified any that are in later. So we only have 2 right now that have this unique Karmakagyu feature of 5 mandalas and 5 deities. So we'll discuss this a little bit more when we have more information. So you can press the like button. You can join Har on Patreon. You can also make a donation directly on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.